and welcome to Greg's Channel 1. I am Greg and this is Channel 1. Now, welcome. It's time to talk Doctor Who Season 11, Episode 1. Now, I'm just going to say, I was very excited the moment I found out about Jodie Whittaker being the new Doctor, purely because it's Jodie Whittaker. She's fantastic. Period. And I wanted to give her a chance. You know, I know a lot of people had issues with it. I wanted to see what she had in store and see whether she could make me go, yes, yes, yes. Guess what? Those are the 3 words I'm saying about Jodie Whittaker. Yes, yes, yes. Now let's see how her journey began in Episode 1, Season 11 of New Who, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Now, we're introduced to Ryan right off the bat. Ryan Sinclair. I think it was done quite nicely. But it comes into one of the issues that I initially had, which I felt it took a little bit too long to introduce Jodie. But I can forgive them. You know, they're obviously trying to get us into knowing who the important characters for the season and for this episode. So they were introducing us to Ryan, Graham, Yaz. Yeah. And Grace. And Carl. The 5 most important characters of the episode that isn't the Doctor and the villain of the week. Now, this was done quite nicely, and I was quite impressed. And then they introduced the whole kind of teleporty kind of being thing that they had Ryan's character bring in the first place. And that was interesting because it was like, oh, okay. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. And obviously they built it up. And I like the fact that they introduced the characters all quite nicely. And then they played on the establishing of the build of the bonds between the characters before. So obviously with Graham, Grace and Ryan all being linked family-wise, you know, because you got Grace and Graham being married, and then you got Ryan being the grandson of Grace, and obviously not quite getting on with Graham, but they do like each other to a degree, it seems. And the fact that Yaz and Ryan went to school together, so that was quite an interesting thing because it built up the characters and built up the bonds that the characters are going to have with the Doctor because of who they are as characters, which I liked. Made you really interested in seeing how this all plays out. So, moves on. I have to say, Grace is awesome. Not sure. I'll come back at the end of the episode. I'll come back when we get towards the end. I initially thought that they were playing Walsh's character. Walsh was playing Graham as a bit of a coward, and I kind of like it because it was what was built up throughout the episode that he was not necessarily brave, but he needed that little bit of coaxing before he would do anything. And they played it quite nicely for a bit of comedy as well. When what was his name? Shinshan or Tim Shaw or Shimshaw or whatever his name was. Terminator-looking guy. That's something I didn't like. I felt he looked like the Terminator, and I just felt that was a bit. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I just didn't. I felt that they knew what they wanted, and they made him fit with the story. The look just made me think, okay, he's some kind of predator kind of thing, which, you know, I can look over because, you know, the building in the episode was great. The pacing at times did puzzle me a little bit, but I can look through it. They're, you know, obviously finding their feet. They're trying to see what they can get out of this amazing group of performances. And then the screwdriver, or should I say the sonic Swiss Army knife without the knife bit. I thought that was quite neat from Jodie. I thought Jodie really did well at doing that as a particular part of her character. I felt Jodie made me love her. yeah, it was done quite neatly, and I was quite impressed with the way that the couple of the quotes from the episode that really stuck in my head. We don't get aliens in Sheffield. I mean, of all the lines, to be honest, Bradley Walsh is the perfect man to deliver a line like that and make it seem like it was a fact. Yeah, it was like it was some kind of definitive fact. We don't get aliens in Sheffield. That happens everywhere else. That don't happen in Sheffield. It's like, okay, whatever. Brilliant. You know, and I love the fact that his catchphrase for the episode was, always ask a bus driver. It's like, what? But then again, I guess bus drivers probably do know stuff. I don't have many conversations with bus drivers, so maybe he knows something that I don't. Anyway, yeah, they built a lot of tension up quite nicely, and they built it up to. We'll come to that later. Something I loved that they did is they had Whittaker's doctor explaining the feeling of actually regenerating and how it feels fuzzy and fizzy and feels weird. It's like, I don't think a doctor's ever done that where they've gone, no, this is how it feels. It was quite nice. I thought it was quite funny. One of the things that they did with Carl's character was that he was a crane operator afraid of heights. Whatever. But I like the fact that they built up the climax to Terminator-looking guy, Shim Shaw, actually grabbing, almost achieving his mission. But Jodie being the amazing doctor already that she's becoming, having the smarts to outsmart him at the right time. However, that then led to the end, and Grace dies. And for a character who I really liked during this episode because of how, she was that character that would have died for the others, would have put herself on the line, and did. And it was like, wow, because it obviously can now give motivation to two of the other characters. So, it gives motivation for Graham, makes him want to be more bold, makes him, kind of want to be the man that Grace saw. And Ryan, because, he wants to, make his nan proud. And that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful work. Doing the whole funeral thing, building up the characters. And it was just like, this is good. I like this. And then the cliffhanger, where, they help Jodie, find out where her TARDIS is. Ping. And all of them have been transported into space. I mean, whoops. But yeah, I did love this episode. And it's a great start. But, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Anyway, if I were to score this at 10, I think it's a solid 8 point... Yeah, a solid 8. A solid 8 out of 10. Very, very impressed with it. Another 9 more episodes left of this season. Let's see if Jodie can keep us in. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the episode, if you didn't enjoy the episode, I want you to tell me why in the comment section below. Whilst you're there, you can click the like, the share, the subscribe, the thing, all the other social media-y things that they can do down there. And see you next week for episode number 2. Look out for yourselves, guys. See you in the next time. Bye.